mentioned that I'm going to be doing a lot of typing up here, so I'm going to try using the force. Oh, it failed! Clearly the force is stronger in my brother. Yes! Notice, we didn't start with our standard application tag, we started with a screen application tag. Now this is one example of the type of mobile-specific features we might add to a Flex mobile framework. Since 80-90% of the mobile apps out there are built as screen-by-screen navigations, that's something we build directly into the Flex framework. So every screen application has to start with a screen. So in our initialization function, we'll go ahead and tell the app, my force is weak today. What we're going to start with. We'll start with the search screen. Let's go ahead and write that. Now, if the screen application controls the screens, we need to actually write our search screen. Again, this is just an MXML file, another MXML component, but we're going to start with a screen tag this time. So, what do we need in our search screen? Well, we need a place to display our results. So we'll go ahead and throw in a list. Now, this is not a standard Flex list. This is a mobile list designed for the constraints of a small device. Different input mechanisms, different size, different performance characteristics. Now, if you start using this feature of the Flex mobile framework, the screens, which is optional, we can start taking advantage of the fact that we know how your application is built and start giving you higher level functionality. For example, most mobile applications have toolbars and nav bars. So we can go up to the top of our file here and just go ahead and say, let's use the standard search bar component that might ship with the Flex mobile framework on our screen. And we'll add some lifecycle methods here to wire it up to our results list. Let's go ahead and run this and see what it looks like. All right, here it comes up. I can go ahead and type something in, and sure enough, some data comes up. Already wired to my application. Now, I don't want you to worry. This is not real data. I wouldn't put this up, sensitive HR information up in front of a potential rebel terrorist. Now, you see, this is a mobile application. That's the list there, no scroll bar in sight. I can grab it and throw it, right? It navigates essentially the same way you'd expect a list on a mobile device to navigate. Now I want to see what happens when I click on one of these people. So let's close that down, and we'll go to our event handler here, our item click event handler, and we will throw in, not that code, that code. So when somebody clicks on an item, we'll grab the employee that they clicked on, and we'll push on a new screen. Now again, most apps work in terms of this. Most mobile apps work in a screen-based stack environment. So here we're going to push on our screen, and we're going to push on an info screen, and this time we're going to pass it a parameter, a piece of data. This is the data model of the screen. Again, because we know you're building a screen-based app, we can start helping you manage your data in the application. Now you can think of a screen as sort of a giant item renderer if you know how to develop in Flex. If we go look at that code, you'll see here's the MXML for our info file. There's no code in this file. Just down at the bottom here, we're using data binding to bind, I can't find my mouse, to the various fields of that employee object. Let's go ahead and run this and see what it looks like. It comes up, we'll type in our search again. We'll select one of our troopers. We get a nice automated animation, again, because we know that's what you want in a screen-based application.
There you go.
And I can hit the back button. It knows that I'm using a screen-based app, and I can do another search here. Search for somebody else, and close it down again. What do you guys think of that? Episode 5. So, because we know where you're storing your data, we can give you automatically another feature that is common to mobile applications, which is persistence across sessions. Users use mobile applications in small 30-second, 1-minute bursts, and they don't want to spend all the time starting up the application again and refinding where they were when they left off. So sure enough, if I start this app up again, it remembers what employee I was looking at and what screen I was on. I didn't write any code to do that. It even remembers that when I hit the back button, it goes back to the search screen. Notice that it didn't remember what search I was on, and that's because I didn't actually use the data feature on my search screen. So let's go ahead and do that. So if I go back to my search screen here, and when the user does a search, I'm going to take the search screen and store it off in that special data field. Please don't hurt me. And when my screen is created, I will say, if I already have a data field, a data search stored off, can't type because it's making me nervous. like a force-killing power like kryptonite or something. If I already have a data search stored off, I go ahead and just execute it right away. Sure enough, I run my application, I do my search for troops, I click on a person, I close it up, I fire up that app again, and boom, it remembers exactly what search I was running to.
이게 뭐예요? 뭐예요, 이거 지금? 뭐 어떻게 마지막까지 기억하고 있어요?
He's very particular about his design. This is, of course, Flex, and the reason you use Flex in the Flash platform is because you care about design look and feel. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of the favorite features of Flex, go back to my application, and throw in a little bit of styling and skinning here. Maybe I'll make it blend in with a platform that a evil overlord of the Empire might choose to use. I don't know, it feels a little boring to me. A little 2008. So, my daddy's a little partial to black. Let's go ahead and switch that out. Maybe, how about that skin? There we go, that's looking nice. Alright, so those are a couple features of the mobile framework. Now, the most important feature of a mobile framework, of course, is that it runs on mobile devices. So let's take a look. Now, what I'm showing you here is, as I said, an early prototype of a mobile framework. We've done very little optimization in the framework here. All the performance gains you're going to see is mostly due to the hard work of the Flash team. So there's a lot of headroom for us to... You have this up here? There's a lot of headroom for us to go to leeway that we can make in the mobile framework. So let's go ahead and... there we go. Maybe better. Let's go ahead and launch that thing. Now this is the exact same code that you just saw running on my desktop over there. It starts up, it takes a second or two. I'm going to go ahead and pop up the keyboard if I can hit it correctly. Type in my search. Up come my results. I'll go ahead and scroll this thing. Nice and smooth there. Let me pick a person. And it'll animate in. And of course, because this is running on a device, we have access to native device capabilities too. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much.